Okay, so in this video I want to take a few minutes and I want to help you guys get prepared for the second bimester and the second part of the Tarea, the project that we're working on. This one's going to be very simple. Hopefully I'll make it very clear for you. The first thing you want to do is go in here to Ava, and you want to go to the instructions for the Tarea, for the project. Okay, you download those and open it up and take a look at it. And let's see what we can do with this. Whoops. So in the second bimester of the instructions, it says that we're going to select and analyze one of each. Now this is important because you're going to do each of the following tasks. Okay, it says analyze one of each of the items that has influenced English culture and develop an understanding of the significance in the English-speaking community. Now, this is important because we're not necessarily doing Spanish, Russian, Chinese. We're doing things that have impacted or had a significant impact on English communities. Okay, now what we're going to be looking at are right here. We're going to be looking at paintings, songs, sculptures, cultural icons, and people and places. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking at. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come down to our weekly activities here. It says you're going to research the item that you want to use for this project. Now there's actually more than one item. It's items. You will present one of these items each week during the weekly forum. Okay, so for example, you might decide to do a place. Maybe you want to do the first one is a famous place. Okay, so you're going to look up all the information about that famous place and you're going to submit it in our forum for the first task. Okay, you can do any of these in any order that you want. It doesn't have to be in this order specifically. You can do it any order that you want. Okay, so in our academic forum, which is already open, you're going to write a short essay or paragraph, okay, in a paragraph form. You're going to discuss your choices and the reasons why you chose them. In other words, you're going to tell me which painting you're looking at, which song you're going to do, which sculpture you're going to talk about, which cultural icon, etc. In the academic forum, you're going to tell me all of them. Okay, one of each. You're going to tell me one painting, one song, one sculpture, etc. All right. So you're going to write an essay or a paragraph or whatever that looks like about which things you chose. You're going to tell me your choices, and you're also going to tell me about why you chose that. Okay. So this is the academic forum. It's similar to what we did in the first bimester. You're just going to be talking about what your choices are. Okay, then starting in week 3, we're going to have our weekly forums, and in the first forum you're going to pick one of these. Let's just say, for example, that you want to do a song. Okay, you want to find a song that has good cultural significance in the English-speaking world. We're not looking necessarily to pick a popular song. Okay, we're looking to find a song that has had a significant impact on the English community. Okay, so for example, in this first one you want to do a song. So you're going to pick one of those items, the song, and you're going to write all about it. You're going to give me all the information you need, and you're going to present that in that first forum. Okay, so make sure that you discuss all of the points. I'll show you what those are in a few minutes. You're going to discuss. Now the next week, week 4, is exactly the same, except you're just going to pick a different item. Let's say in week 1 you did a song. So the next week maybe you're going to do a famous person. Okay? Again, you can do this in any order. You don't have to follow the painting, song, sculpture order. You can do it any way you want. And over the course of our time, each week you're going to be presenting one of these items all the way up until week 8. Okay, in week 8 you'll be posting your last item. There's also what you're going to do though after you've posted your weekly form, which is on the last item that we're talking about. After we do that, you're going to take all of these selections, all of the things that you've done for all of the weeks, and you're going to post them into a Word file, and you're going to submit that in the Tarea for the final evaluation. Okay, it's just like we did in the first bimester. You're going to take all of the things you wrote about each week, and you're going to post them in as the final evaluation. Okay, and make sure that when you do that, you include a title page, that you have all 6 sections of your project, and at the end you have a reference page for each section, for each topic that you did. Okay, and again, you're going to submit it to the Tarea, Bimester, etc. Now, when we come down here and look, I have some specific questions for you. When you select a painting to talk about, okay, maybe it's the Mona Lisa or some other painting, whatever it is, I want you to look up some information. I want you to find out what the name of the art is, the painting. I want you to find out which time period it was created. When was it created? What is its style of art? Everything fits into a category. So I want you to do some research and find out what style it is. You're going to do a short biography of the painter, so we have some information about the person who painted it. You're going to show an actual picture of the art piece, and you're going to talk about why it is famous. So a lot of people know that the Mona Lisa is a famous painting, but they don't know why. And you're going to answer that here. You're going to look it up and find out why it's famous. And then you're going to talk about the qualities of the art that make it unique or interesting. And this part right here is going to be a little bit of research on the internet, but it's also going to be your own opinion. I want to hear what you think about the artwork. It says, what are the qualities of the art that make it unique or interesting? This is mostly your opinion in the last part. Okay, so for the week, when you do the art or the painting, you're going to answer all of this information in that week's forum. Okay, so all of this is going to be together in one section. When you do a famous song, you're going to look up the name of the song, what year it was created, what year did it become popular. Sometimes they were written or performed, but they don't become popular until many years later. Who is the writer of the song? Who is the singer of the song? You're going to actually post the lyrics. We're going to look at the words of the song, and then you're going to give an explanation. What do the words mean? Okay, so you're going to give a brief description of what the song is about. You're also going to talk about why it is famous or popular and how it's influenced English culture. So make sure that you provide the lyrics and a link to the video of the song. Okay, you don't have to put the video in. You can provide a link to the video, maybe a YouTube link, for example, so that if I go in and look at your forum for that week and I see that you wrote about a famous song, I might want to open that video up and watch it, okay, so that I can listen to it and make sure that the things that you said about it were correct. When you do a sculpture, remember sculptures are kind of like statues, but they're not always just statues. They could be a lot of things. Anytime you're carving out of stone, okay, cutting away the stone and doing a carving, or if you make something out of clay or marble or other natural material, okay, that's going to be in a sculpture. And you're going to talk about the name of the object, who created it, the time that it was created, what period, the purpose of its creation. Where is the object now? Is it in a museum? Is it at someone's house? Is it something that's open for the public to see? I want you to show me a picture of the art piece, and then I want you to describe for me why it is famous. Okay? Now this is the most important part here. I need to know why the art piece is famous. Now number 4 is called a cultural icon. And an icon is a symbol. Okay? It's a symbol. I want you to think about Superman. What is Superman's symbol? Well, it's the S on his chest, isn't it? And if you see that symbol, you know right away that it means Superman. You don't have to have the words. You don't have to see his face. You know that that symbol represents Superman. So I want you to think about some symbols. I'm going to show you a few in a moment, but I want you to think about what that might be. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose a symbol, an icon, that is famous, okay? Something that everybody recognizes and everybody knows. I want you to come up, or excuse me, I want you to research and find out what the name of that icon or that art piece is. What time period was it created? What's the style of it? Okay, you're going to talk about the biography or the person who created it. You're going to show me a picture of the icon, so you're going to include a picture, and you're going to talk about why that icon is famous. And again, this part is the most important part. Why is it famous? A famous person, again, be careful here. A famous person is not a popular person. For example, you might like Katy Perry's music, but Katy Perry is not the kind of person that I'm talking about here. I'm thinking about famous presidents. I'm thinking about famous inventors. I'm thinking about people who changed the culture, people who influenced the culture to the point that it changed. Okay, so when you're writing about this famous person, I want you to tell me their name, the time period when they were alive, where did they live, why are they famous, and really, here's the important part, how did they impact the English culture? Okay, this is critical. Some people are famous, but they didn't impact the English culture. You can look at some musicians or some actors, for example, and they're popular. You could look at maybe Tom Cruise or Beyonce and say, you know, they're very famous people, but they didn't have an impact on English culture necessarily. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, people who influenced English culture. And then the last one is a famous place. Okay, where is the place? The name of it. Why is it famous? When was that place created, and or when did it become famous? And why is the place important? Again, here's the most important part. Why is this place important? So you're going to have to do a little bit of research on it, and you're going to have to do a little thinking on it, because you're going to give your opinion in here as well. Okay? So those are the 6 categories, or the 6 topics, and you're going to pick one of these each week. Okay, you can do it in any order. You can do famous place on week 1. You can do famous person on week 2. You can go backwards. You can pick anything you want. Okay. Now, a couple of things here that are real important. All of this work must be in your own words. Do not copy it from the internet. Okay. I'm not interested in your cut and paste. Okay. So be very careful with that. Any work that is copied from the internet will not be graded or allowed in the project. So you want to make sure that if you use information from the internet, that you provide a bibliography from it and that you cite your sample correctly. Okay? And then the last part here is just to look at our evaluation. Okay? I want to see that you're doing the work every week. I don't want you to wait till the end and do it all. I want you to post all of your topics each week in the weekly forum. Okay, I want to make sure that that you meet all of the criteria, that you answer all of the questions, that you do everything in your own words, okay, and that it's organized and it's clear. That's really important when you put a group of information together, that you organize it in such a way that it's very clear. There's a few resources down here at the bottom just to let you know. PaperRater.com is excellent. It will help you with your grammar. It will help you with finding different words. It has some options to help you with a different vocabulary. It will tell you all kinds of things, spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes, syntax mistakes. It'll help you a lot. If you're doing a bibliography and you're unsure, you can go to this place right here, and it will help you with putting together your bibliographies correctly. A couple of places to look. There's famous poets and poems, which we did a little bit of the poetry before, but Classic Reader, read.gov/books. You can find some literature and poetry right there. I don't know if you saw that before, but it's good to help you continue your learning about literature. Okay, so I just wanted to recap real quick. Each week you're going to pick one of the 6 items. Okay, you're going to pick one of these, and you're going to submit it in the weekly forum. Okay, and you'll have 6 of those to do. The academic forum is for you to write what your choices are. Which painting did you select? Which song did you choose? Which